Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing what seems to be a long awaited video for my curly hair girls. I have the curls out, they're flourishing, they're a little bit dusty and crusty today, but I feel like this video will be very informative and it'll help a lot of my curly girls who have came to me and asked me questions on how I recovered from my heat damage, and also some tips and tricks that I can give you guys on how to take care of your natural curly hair. So grab a drink. I got my Starbucks right here. I'm ready to go. This might be a long video, it might not be, but get your snacks just in case because we're getting down to the deets today. I received a lot of comments, and I also have comments in my Instagram feed and my Snapchat that where girls have asked me, how do you take care of your hair? How do you get your hair to look like this and like that? And what did you do to recover from heat damage? So I personally don't like long hair on myself. My hair is rib length, basically. Like, this is where my rib is, and a lot of us curly girls know that shrinkage, it happens, but my hair is pretty long and I don't really like my hair long. So when I was going through my natural hair journey, I didn't mind cutting my hair because I personally prefer shorter curly hair on myself because I like the fro look, I like layers, I like definition, and I like just to switch it up a little bit. One of my tips would be to trim your hair. If you have a lot of heat damage and your ends are straight but the roots of your hair is curly, I would suggest cutting it because it'll make your transition so much easier. And it doesn't necessarily have to be all of your straight ends. You can start little by little and seeing how that helps you and what your hair growth is looking like. But if you want the best results, I would suggest to cut your hair where the straight piece starts and where the curly piece ends, because it just makes more sense for your hair to naturally start to grow from the healthy part of your hair follicle. I'm definitely going to be inserting some clips on what my heat damage looked like. I didn't really straighten my hair back then. I only straightened my bangs. Bruh. I can tell you the story right now. I was at the hair salon with my mom and I heard her say something about getting bangs, and I'm like, oh mom, you're gonna get some bangs? Cool. Next thing you know, I see all this hair falling down in front of my face and I noticed that I was the one who's getting bangs. And ever since then, there's nothing that I can do when I have long curly hair and then short curls up at the front. It's like I had no choice but to straighten it. Back then, it was cuter to have your hair straight or have the straight bangs and the curly hair in the back. It was hideous. I don't know what we were thinking back then, but that was just the trend. So I would straighten my bangs to the point where they were almost naturally straight by themselves. And once I started growing out of having my bangs straight, that's when I started deciding to transition into having curly hair. And by that time, that was when curls were popping and everybody started wearing their hair curly, and curly was the thing. And I'm just like, really? I started trimming off my dead ends or my heat damaged ends when I had my curly bangs. And as you can see in my video for my heat damage recovery, I started finger coiling my bangs, and I also would do this thing where I would take the straightening iron, and since my hair was so dead and heat damaged, I would take the straightening iron and curl my hair to make it look like it was curly. It was like this pressed out straightened type of curly. It wasn't like my actual curl pattern, but I didn't know any better then, so I just thought it was cute. When you're transitioning out of heat damaged hair, you're going to want to start by doing some protective styles and figuring out what products works best for you. I really weighed down my hair with disgusting products. Like, I just thought I could just wash my hair and throw in a ton of gel and that's not the way that you're supposed to take care of your curls with a ton of product. I had to find products that worked best for me. Now, some people think that you shouldn't use unnatural products on your hair because that's their preference. Find what works best for you. For instance, I use Eco Styler gel, I use Miss Jessie's Pillow Soft Curls, I use the Curl Enhancing Smoothie, I use Cantu leave-in conditioner, I've used Diva Curl products, I've used everything under the sun. And it's all about trial and error. Sometimes in different seasons and different weather, your hair is going to react differently to what you're doing to your hair. It's all about finding what works best for you. And sometimes I'll have girls that have the same curl pattern as me, and the products that work for them won't work for me. And that's just because even though they might have the same hair texture as me, they don't have the same length or the same thickness or the same volume. So you really have to find what works best for you. You can't just sit here and pick and point out videos and Google things that are just hypothetically supposed to work for you, because that's not the way you're supposed to go about treating your hair in particular. I used to think I had to wash my hair every day. Winter, summer, spring, autumn, it didn't matter what the weather was, I always washed my hair. And after washing my hair, I would put tons of gel, tons of conditioner, tons of everything to think that it will help make my curls not frizzy, look good, and let me just tell you, it wasn't pretty. You have to try doing protective styles. And what I mean when I say protective styles is you have to do something with your hair after you wash it for it to last you a couple of days, so that way you're not continuing to strip your hair of its natural oils and health. Basically, if you're just washing your hair and untangling your hair and you're breaking it as you're untangling it, you're just messing up your hair even more than probably what it already is. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips. Me personally, I only use conditioner. I don't use shampoos on my hair. Curly girls should know when you're washing your hair with a shampoo, your hair becomes hard, depending on what kind of shampoo you use. If you guys have found any shampoos that work for you that don't make your hair hard, please list them down below so that way I can start trying new products and I can share them with everyone else. But personally for me, I have found that cleansers are really good to use in your hair. It cleans out all of that buildup and gunk that you have in your hair from when you're putting all those styling products in it. So one cleanser that I have found that works really well for me is the Diva Curl No Poo. So basically what that is like a cleanser. It's really popular in the curly community. It's kind of pricey, so if you're willing to spend $20 on a cleanser, then so be it. But you can find it at your local Sephora, which is where I purchased mine, and it really did a good job of cleaning my hair. The only thing I didn't like about it was it doesn't have any lather. It still works good. Instead of using a shampoo, at least I'm doing something to clean my hair, which is great. So what you're gonna do when you're in the shower is you have to massage the cleanser into your scalp, because you're mainly gonna be cleaning the inside of your hair where your scalp is. And when you're rinsing, flip your head over and rinse out with cold water to lock in your follicles as you're rinsing out the hair. And as you're rinsing it out, all of the product that you had at the scalp of your head is gonna stream down onto your ends. And that's a way of saving product but also cleansing and washing all of your hair. I would suggest finger detangling because your hands are going to be more gentle on your hair as you're raking them through compared to a comb that's pulling and tugging on your hair. And when you are untangling curly hair, start at the bottom with your hands and work your way up. Because if you're starting from the top, all those tangles, you're pulling them down and breaking your hair on the way down to the end of your hair shaft. And you don't want that. This is major key. Major key alert. Do not use a towel. Do not use a towel. Please do not use a towel. Us curly girls know if you use a towel, you're going to break your hair. You're going to be more prone to frizz, and you don't want that. So what I have is a microfiber towel. It feels the same type of texture as a towel, but it's better for your curly hair. So this is just what I personally would use, or a cotton t-shirt. When you're sleeping, you do not want to lay on a regular cotton pillowcase, because if you lay flat on your bed, like with your neck on the pillow, this part of your hair is just gonna break apart, and you don't want that either. So this part of your hair is more prone to breakage because of you laying on your pillow and resting on your pillow. So a lot of curly girls, they'll put their hair in a pineapple, which is when you take your hair all the way to the top and you take a scrunchie and you wrap it around one time and you drop it, and that's called the pineapple. So when you're laying like this, if you just have all of this hair exposed to those cotton pillowcases, it's just gonna break your hair apart. So if you don't have a satin pillowcase, I just so happen to have a satin pillowcase. It was only a few dollars and I found it at my local Walmart. And literally when you're laying on that satin pillowcase, your hair is just sliding across that pillowcase and it's not breaking your hair, which is why I love it. And then I also have this, which has been featured in 1 or 2 of my videos, and this is my satin bonnet. And you just put this on your head when you're sleeping, whatever style that you're doing, and instead of worrying about your pillowcase, if you don't have a satin pillowcase, or even if you do have a satin pillowcase, it's just giving you the extra protection, and it's making sure that your hair isn't exposed to those things that are going to tug and pull in your hair at night. Of course, if you're planning on going natural and you're trying to get rid of your heat damage, my number 1 rule for you is not using heat. If you're going to use heat on your hair, and you know you're going to use heat on your hair, there's really no point in trying to get your natural curls back, because you're just going to continue to damage your hair. To basically summarize everything, you should trim your hair starting from where your heat damage begins. You should grow and give your hair as much air as you can by not weighing it down with disgusting products or nasty products that could be harmful to your hair. So preferably trying products that have natural ingredients and finding which ones can work for you. You don't necessarily have to use all natural products, but since you are going natural, it's more ideal if you do try natural products to help bring your hair back to life. You should also try protective styles, so that way you're not consistently washing your hair and stripping your hair of its natural oils and, you know, damaging your hair and breaking it. Just by the simple fact that when you're washing it, you're going to want to untangle it, you're going to want to put towels on it to dry it, and do all of those extra steps that your hair just doesn't necessarily need. So that means you should just wash your hair every once in a while, meaning if that's with conditioner, your cleanser, your shampoo, however you wash your hair, you shouldn't be washing your hair every day. On your natural hair journey is patience. Patience, patience, patience. If you don't have patience and you're not willing to let your hair do its thing, you're going to expect to see results right away. And I was seeing results in my hair becoming so much healthier without even realizing it. Like, I literally went from being a piece of corn to being a beautiful little butterfly. Try my best to explain to you guys what worked for me and the process that I took to help me recover from my heat damage and to go natural. And I hope that this helps you guys and that you guys take some of my advice and that it really helps you guys on your natural hair journey and that inspires you. Just remember that all curls are different, all girls are different, all bodies are different. So what you put in your body also affects your hair, and what you put in your hair is important for the process, and you just have to have patience. So with that being said, I hope that you guys like this video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and especially our curly girls, and I'll be back for another video soon. Bye guys.